Yesterday it came down from the state that we are going to deploy a security forces squadron out to Louisiana to help in the response to Hurricane Katrina.
We're deploying as part of the relief operation for the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. We're taking a small portable expeditionary aerospace rapid response team, basically a small mobile trauma center.
All right, this is our third mission. You know, we always talk about producing F-16 pilots, going to fight the war, and then citizen soldiers / airmen. This is what we're doing today. You're going to go into an area where folks aren't in good moods. Folks are going to be happy to see you. The two things I want you to think about. Don't be a victim.
Well, ladies and gents, obviously this is a quick outcome to PDF. Normally we process through C, so I apologize for all the inconveniences. We put this thing together starting at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So this is where we're at today, still scrambling.
We've just arrived to, where was it we were at? Forgot, some naval air station that we got here in New Orleans. It's approximately 20:25 in the evening. From the looks of it right now, things are kind of crazy. We got eaves or overhangs over here that are just kind of ripped to shreds. We've seen some hangar doors that are trashed. I bet we'll be more surprised when we see this stuff during the day, so got lots to see. Looking forward to help.
I'll first tell you kind of the situation of what's going on with everybody. First of all, our cops, all right, our Cap Pollard and group, they're still at the Superdome. They're in they're in good condition. We're getting sporadic emails from them to find out how they're doing.
Well, basically what we've been doing for the last 7 days is Texas got a task force, and they assigned us to task force security of the Superdome. Those units included 136 from Carswell, 147 from Ellington, the 204th from El Paso, and the 149th from San Antonio. And when we got on the ground running on Wednesday at Bell Chase, landed, got all our gear off, and right around 0800 we were tasked to go to the dome.
When they flew us into the Superdome and when we got there were so many people that they couldn't land, it wasn't safe. So we just hopped out, ran around the side. Well, our job was to evacuate all these people, get them on buses, get them out. Well, when we got there, the smell, terrible. These people had been, without food and water or running water or anything for 3 days. But yeah, I mean, you can imagine the filth, death everywhere. There's a lot of sick old people.
And then marched around the Superdome and went to where the front of the crowd was waiting for buses. And of course, at that time, there wasn't any buses. So we just basically had to keep everybody calm, as calm as we could. And of course, at that time, they already knew the buses were supposedly coming. And they were just pushing. Everybody was pushing forward. Even though no one was going anywhere yet, they just kept pushing forward. So we had to yell, anything we could do to tell them to turn around, take 2 steps backwards. I mean, you name it, we tried it. And it was that way the whole time for 2.5 days while we were trying to get them out of there.
All of us were pretty surprised at what we were dealing with, but I don't think anybody in the unit has had to deal with anything like that. Just shock pretty much from day one. Just the number of crowds is what was really the high point for everybody. They never had to deal with everybody that had lost everything that meant anything to them.
When we first got there, it was scary. Bottom line, it was scary because these folks had been in deplorable conditions inside the dome, and they were in worse conditions outside the dome as far as I'm concerned because they were dehydrating, it was hot outside, very little water, and food was getting to them outside because they were leaving everything back at the dome to get into these lines and wait.
And then the Army obviously helped at the Superdome and helped getting on the buses, but we were the main part of the organization and crowd control and trying to keep people as lighthearted as we possibly could, trying to talk to them and keep their minds off of what they were going through.
The actual 136 took their group and cut that area in half. The reason why they did that is because we thought we could build, unfortunately this sounds sad, but little corrals so we can put people in chairs so they can sit down and get airflow through. There was no airflow for, you're looking at 30 meters by, 150 meters where everybody was just packed, no airflow, people falling out, the heat, you're so close to each other.
Our medical unit was amazing. They dealt with so many victims and never lost track of what the focus was, basically.
The first day we started loading people into the buses, they're like, okay, we have 30,000 plus people left to get on buses. About the end of day 2, early into day 3, when they said, okay, there's only 500 people left, I was like, wow, we evacuated that many people in that short of time.
Absolutely couldn't be any prouder of the men and women of the 136th, coupled with the 149th, the 204th, and the 147th out of Houston. It's been a great honor to be part of this security forces team. The state of Texas should be very proud of the guys and gals of the security forces. I don't think anybody could have done any better.
stuff do you think about now when you've got a minute? I know you guys are still thinking about so much of what has happened over the last couple of weeks. What kind of stuff are you thinking about now of what's happened since you've been here?
Just, you know, like last night we went out on patrol, just looking around in the neighborhoods, just kind of really trying to think about how this place is going to get rebuilt, how long it's going to take New Orleans to get back on its feet. And
home tomorrow, you've been home for a week, you've had a bath, a real meal, and when somebody mentions Louisiana or mentions New Orleans, what are you going to think of?
Pretty much everything. Knowing that we've impacted a lot of lives.